Welcome to another episode of Japanverse Exclusive. Today we're giving you some unique supermarket finds that makes great souvenirs. Let's go! Lamu is a discount supermarket that is open 24 hours a day, making it a great location for this supermarket souvenir hunt. Going to a Japanese supermarket is a fun and exciting opportunity to enjoy the local life in Japan firsthand. Today, we'll share with you some of the best and unique items to buy from a supermarket that will allow you to have a taste of Japan long after your trip has ended. Many people will tell you that the best items to bring home from a supermarket is either snacks or instant ramen. While these are amazing options, the list of items does not stop here. Now, since it is a great item to carry from a supermarket, we're gonna talk about it, right? So you could always bring home instant ramen as a souvenir that will allow you to have a taste of Japan long after you've gotten back home. If you are looking to buy these to share with like families and friends, then we suggest that you would buy the mini size because it would be more convenient for buying in bulk and for packing and carrying back home. Just for travel purposes, this could be better. Plus, it will allow you to get many different flavors and different people can try different flavors. Now, it is important to note that not every flavor of ramen will be acceptable in your country depending on where you're traveling back to. And because of that, we want you to be careful to check before you actually buy. Okay, now let's get into our original list. The first item on this list is soba. Now, we think that buying soba from the supermarket is a great souvenir to take back home with you. Not only can you share the taste of Japan with your family and friends, you could also have this for yourself as well to enjoy, some of those tasty dishes that you had while in Japan. Now, this one here is soba, and these are actually dry noodles, and these noodles are easy to travel with, one, because they're dry, they don't expire so easily. Additionally, they are inexpensive, they're not so expensive. This is 184 yen before taxes and 198 yen after taxes are added. This package comes with 6 inside, and the cooking instructions are on the back. Now, in the same category, in the same field, we have dried packaged udons as well. Now, I know they don't look so tasty from the get-up, right? But once you follow the cooking instruction and you boil them, you'll get those tasty udons that you remember from your Japan trip. Now, this package here is quite bigger than the one we showed you before that has the soba. This package actually comes with 10 inside, which makes it even more amazing. Once again, the cooking instructions are on the back. And yes, I know they're in Japanese, but with the help of Google Translate, you can easily remedy this language barrier. Now, be sure to check the expiration date on the items that you buy in the supermarket to make sure that they will last you for as long as possible. Now, here's a neat tip. If you want to get the items on the shelf that has the furthest expiration date or the latest expiration date, then please pick from the bottom or the back of the shelf. Now, these udons are going for 239 yen before taxes, and that also makes them pretty inexpensive. Once again, those are 10 packages for 10 servings. Now, we also have some other types of noodles that you can get as well. These are also udon. These are smaller udon, so they're not as big and thick as the ones we showed you before. Either way, you have some options and varieties that you can pick from. This pack also has 10 inside. My bad. The ones we showed you before are not udon, they're somen, and these ones are udon. My bad. So the first one we showed you was somen, and we showed you soba, somen, and these ones are udon. My apologies. Once again, this is a package of 10 and it's the same price as the one we showed you before, 239 yen before tax and 258 after. Now, still in the udon category, we have these more fresh udon type. They're not fresh because they weren't made today, right? But they're not the dried or dehydrated type that we showed you before. Now, the downside to this is that they come in a smaller package, and they usually expire or are not as good faster than the dehydrated packages. They also have cooking instructions. They're a bit smaller. There's no graphic image or anything, and they're more expensive compared to the ones before. Now, over here, we also have some soba. Now, these soba are different from the ones we showed you in the beginning. These ones are actually made like from barley, so they're like a different texture, a different feel, and they actually come with a darker color. And the best part about these soba is that inside the package, they also come with some other flavorings like soup seasonings and a few other things inside that would help you to, get to your desired taste better. Especially if you're not a whiz at cooking or anything, you could just use the ones that are here, and it will make replicating that taste way easier. Now, this also has cooking instructions on the back. Using Google Translate, you could easily whip up a batch of soba from the comfort of your home long after leaving Japan. Now, next on our list is matcha green tea. Now, these will make amazing take-home gifts, amazing souvenir for your friends and family. And if you're a matcha lover like I am, these are just something you want to take back home with you. Now, matcha comes in many different forms here in Japan. This one specifically is like a tea bag, which makes it good for, putting in your coffee mug or your tea mug to take with you on the road. Or if you're someone who just doesn't have enough time to boil and use the kettle and all of that, you can just pour water onto it, just like you do with any Lipton tea bag or anything like that. And once again, the instructions are on the back. It will tell you how hot you should boil your water, and just the basics that you need to enjoy a cup of matcha green tea from this package. Now, for this specific brand of tea bag matcha green tea, the price or the cost for one box is 350 yen before taxes and 378 yen after taxes are added. Now, this price right here is not really the lowest you can find, and so we're going to introduce you to a different package that is a lot cheaper and kind of has the same use or same purpose. So this one is also like a tea bag. It comes in a little sachet, and these ones are pretty good if you're looking to share one box of green tea with many different people, because each of the individual ones inside of the box comes in an individual package. The first one also has the same setup as well. It doesn't show it on a box, but it does have the same setup where each of them comes in like a plastic, which makes it easy to share one box with multiple people if that's what you'd like. This one is 100% matcha, and it does come with the cooking instruction as well. And the reason that I'm telling you it's 100% matcha is what I'm going to show you a little bit later on. Now, the price for this is 249 yen, 268 with taxes added, which makes it a bit cheaper than the one I showed you before. Now, the reason I mentioned 100% matcha is because of matcha packages like this one. Now, this one is like a matcha with roasted rice brew. So it's like matcha with a little bit of, something else, which is the rice, the roasted rice. So this one is not 100% matcha, so be careful about that. Now, the next thing I wanted to point out is the type of or the form that this matcha comes in. Now, this matcha, you can't just pop it in your cup and pour water and it's ready to go. This one is a little bit more traditional style, where you need to put it in a kettle, pour water into it in a kettle, and allow it to allow it to sit there for a bit before you can pour it into your cup. So this is more suitable for one person to use at home. Now, they also have the same type like that one, but this one is 100% matcha. So if you just want the pure matcha taste, then this is a great choice. Once again, this package is best suitable for like one person because it's not something you can easily share, and it's like dried leaves inside of it. So this is like dried leaves. You pour it in a kettle and you leave it to brew, and then you pour it in your cup and enjoy. This is 339 yen for the package, and that's before tax. And once again, they do give you like the cooking instructions, how to serve it hot and how to serve it cold. So once again, 339 yen before taxes and 366 after taxes are added. Now, if you like matcha but you want a little bit more to your matcha, like a matcha latte, you could also buy that as well. Still the great matcha flavor, but with just a little bit more to it. So if you're someone who doesn't really like the taste of matcha as pure or raw as it is, or maybe you'd like to just have something else to it, then this is a great option as well. This is matcha latte, and this one comes in sachets as well, and these are good for taking with you to work, in the office. You just pour it into your cup or your bottle, whatever it might be, and add water and sweeten to your liking. This is 198 yen per box. And there's also a different type of matcha latte as well, which is like the pure powder form. So this one is just like the matcha we showed you last. So this one is suitable for one person because you have to like scoop it or pour it like that. It doesn't come in individual packaging on the inside. But this is also matcha latte, and if you're looking for matcha with a little bit of something, then these two are definitely the choice. Now, I was 100% talking while recording this video, and if I remember correctly, I was saying that this is like the powder type, and you can pour it in your cup and mix it around. You can have it hot or you can have it cold, and that's the instruction right there on the back as well. Now, once again, the instructions are mostly in Japanese, so you would have to get a Google Translator, and I'm reminding you again to please check the expiration dates on these packages before you buy them so you can have some idea of how long you can keep them around for. This is 276 yen before taxes and 298 yen after taxes are added. And once again, this is the matcha latte. Okay, next on our list are these rice seasoning packets that are available in almost every supermarket in Japan. Now, the purpose of this is that most times Japanese people use this to add to like rice ball because it adds like nutrients to just the plain rice, and it adds taste as well. Now, if you're looking to, feel that Japanese culinary taste again after you left, these are so amazing because they turn plain old rice into something so tasty. Now, they do have the cooking instructions on the back in Japanese, which is always amazing, and these ones are pretty inexpensive. They are 98 yen per package, that's before tax, and 105 yen with taxes added. Now, the great thing about buying these packets are that they come in so many different flavors, so many different combinations, which makes them such a great thing that you can play with and enjoy once you're back home. They come in different combinations such as like seaweed, sesame, salt. Some of them even have like small fish in them, which once again, the main purpose of this is not just adding taste to rice, but also having nutrients as well. Now, you can take your time and you can just check out a few of these flavors, see the ones that you think you'd like best, or you could just be adventurous and just buy one of everything, right? And you could try them with your meal. Now, this one here is also seasoning for rice, but it's a little bit different. This one here is not so much for rice balls per se, but just rice in general. Now this one here specifically is called the sukiyaki, which is a popular flavor profile here in Japan. And as you can see on the rice package, you can just add it to your rice flavoring to, give you that little taste of Japan. Now, these things are everyday products, daily products that are used in Japanese home. So definitely you will be taking home a taste of that local cuisine, that local lifestyle, and they're also pretty inexpensive, 98 yen before taxes. And once again, these ones come in different flavor profile. This one here has like a wasabi added to it, so if you want that little punch to your rice, then these are a great option. So I showed you the sukiyaki, I showed you the wasabi, and this one is like a salted flavor type, shio, like a salted flavor type. So as I said, it has so many different flavor profile, and this one here is good for adding into rice ball, sekihan, which is like a traditional Japanese kind of rice and beans. And as I said, these will give you that unique local Japanese flavor back in your home country, back at home, and it's just a unique thing to buy and take back with you. This one here is like nori and taco and tamago, which is actually seaweed and eggs. So that's also a pretty unique flavor profile as well. Also want to take this opportunity to remind you to please check the restrictions in your individual countries to make sure that none of the ingredients in these ones are restricted. We are still focusing on different Japanese seasonings that you can take back home with you, and this one is for the tonkatsu. Now the tonkatsu seasoning is basically like a fried pork that is usually eaten on top of like eggs and rice. Now this is the seasoning for the tonkatsu itself, so for the batter that you'll put on the pork before you fry it. So this would help you to, replicate that tonkatsu flavor that you might have tried in Japan and like. And one pack of this is 138 yen before taxes are added. And they also have this in the oyakodon and other type of flavor profiles that you will be familiar with if you eat here in Japan. So as we said before, the whole point of this video is to show you and share with you some unique things that you can take back to your home country that will give you that taste or that feeling of Japan long after you've gone back home. So whenever you find yourself missing that, Japanese dish that you like so much, you can try to replicate them. And each of these come with cooking instructions on the back, so definitely you won't be left in the dark on how to use them. Give it a try. Now they all have different pricing depending on the seasoning that you want, but typically they all range below 200 yen. Last but definitely not the least are these Japanese condiment tubes. Now I know when I say condiments you think of barbecue sauce, mustard, ketchup, mayonnaise, but in Japan condiments goes way beyond those, and this is an amazing and great opportunity for you to try some of those Japanese flavors that were unique and you enjoyed on your trip. Now you can get wasabi in a tube, you can get ginger in a tube, you can get different types of peppers and so on, and each tube goes for 118 yen with taxes added. Now the ones that you choose are really up to you and your liking, but as I mentioned before, these are a great option to take back with you. Well, that is it for this video. We do hope that you enjoyed watching it and that you got some really amazing ideas of some unique souvenirs that you can take home with you from a Japanese supermarket. If you like this video and you want to see more of our content, then go on ahead and hit the subscribe button. We do post new videos every week. Thank you so much for watching and see you again in the next upload.